I feel like there's kind of this epidemic of busyness and distraction. We're always on. We feel like we can never disconnect. Busyness has kind of become a status symbol.
We spend our lives, how are you? I'm busy.
America has this growing problem that's kind of buried under the surface of mental health.
George Mason, as a university, has been invested in well-being related initiatives for some time now, and has recently made what we think is a pretty special move and literally written in well-being as a key strategic goal for the university to become the country's first well-being university.
This is really a new kind of thing in higher education.
We really get to make a statement to the world that this is who we want to be.
It's a 10-year initiative to incorporate well-being into the whole university.
This is powerful stuff because it's all actionable. Individuals can make certain decisions in their daily actions to either increase their well-being or decrease it.
So little by little, I think we've been able to put some detail into what it is to have a good, positive, happy life. And now the question is, how do you take those elements and build them into the work of a university like ours?
The Center for the Advancement of Well-Being has been a great leader in moving this work forward.
The center was created in 2009. As it was evolving, it just became a snowball effect of hundreds of people showing interest in creating their own initiatives.
Most of what's happening is organic. So we're seeing people that are gravitating towards each other with common interests. And then what we're finding is interventions, programs, ideas for improving staff, student, or faculty's well-being are happening. These little social experiments have been happening consistently.
Places like the Center for Teaching and Faculty Excellence have been committed to this. We have faculty who've participated from across the institution, from psychology to philosophy, and our University Life group has been very much a participant in this.
We actually have an entire workplace coaching program that we've revived.
We provided all of our incoming students with a book called How Full Is Your Bucket by Tom Rath. And he came and spoke with all incoming students.
To a large degree, our lives are the sum of those little interactions we have with other people, but yet it's so easy to take the small exchanges for granted and think that it's the big things or grand actions that matter more. But when scientists really peel that back and study it, it's pretty clear that our lives are the product of social relationships and those little interactions, and so it's in our own interests and everyone else's to make each little interaction as positive as possible.
Each of us has an individual focus and a different purpose at the university. Here's something that really brings us together.
And we come together and we come up with ideas to be able to actually implement this grand vision.
We actually did a mindfulness, acceptance, commitment intervention with some of our teams here on campus.
What we found was that this mindfulness intervention actually had this great influence on the men's team in particular, in terms of reducing stress and feeling as if they have more opportunities to work around roadblocks towards their goals.
One of the things that we're currently working on is a co-curriculum for students around well-being that will complement the Mason core.
I live on the Mindful Living floor. It's 3rd floor of Piedmont, and it's really great. We all love to get together.
We have community bonding activities centered around mindfulness, which is in essence experiencing all that life has to offer and not rejecting or kind of coming into life with a bias in a certain way.
Instead of trying to be happy, cultivate an attitude of openness and curiosity in the present moment. Every single moment of your life, you'll grow, you'll discover new things, and every once in a while discover something that will lead to happiness on the way of being curious.
Counterintuitively, the more time you spend pursuing your own happiness, the less happy you get. The more time you spend pursuing meaning for yourself and for other people in your community, the more well-being you get in parallel.
It's a series of experiments, and we're testing them, and we're measuring to see whether they work.
So we're bringing what Gallup knows from a research perspective on the things that matter to people's lives, and all these elements of well-being that we've studied, and we're going to try and help guide Mason from a research perspective at the same time that they think about all the programmatic and other elements that can happen.
I'm confident that what George Mason is doing from a well-being standpoint can create a new model that sets the bar, not only for the rest of the country, but maybe even for the way people think about the compact between students and institutions of higher education all over the world.
Our vision is to change the way we measure the outcomes and success of a college education.
Just simply showing that somebody has a diploma is not going to be the currency of the future. It's going to be, did that diploma significantly increase my likelihood of having a great job and a great life? That may be the new metric against which universities are measured in the future.
I'm convinced that existing social networks like George Mason University are the single best way to create very important and rapid social change. And I think as you build a campus that focuses on and prioritizes health and well-being and focusing on people's strengths, you will create faster social change than anyone's expecting right now.
Our comprehensive commitment to well-being at Mason has a ripple effect. Our graduates will be equipped to facilitate the well-being in others. This model can potentially be replicated at many other universities around the world, impacting millions of people.
I find that it has been so important to me, and it has shaped my whole George Mason experience and how I will live my life thus far.
I am Vietnamese.
I'm a Pakistani American.
I am Salvadorian. I am undocumented or a dreamer, whatever you want to call it.
I'm from Taiwan.
I'm from Ypsilanti, Michigan.
I'm from Kansas.
I'm so Irish. Can you tell? So I am a practicing Muslim.
I am Catholic. I am non-religious.
I am Buddhist.
I am an atheist.
I am a Christian.
I tend to be a Republican, but that could change. We'll see.
I would say I'm more liberal than conservative.
I prefer men.
I identify as queer.
I'm straight.
That's complicated.
I am passionate about dancing. Any sort of Latin music is good for me. I love going to the gym.
So I read everything from novels to comic books.
I'm a weightlifter and a basketball player.
I am a veteran.
I'm part of the Green Machine here at Mason.
I do improv theater. In high school, I ran a 4.40. So.
I am a good cook.
I live off ramen noodles.
No, I'm a huge breakfast fan. I love breakfast food. It's just, I don't wake up early enough to eat breakfast.
I was late to the party, but now I'm ahead. I have a love-hate relationship with Starbucks.
I am going to try and drink less coffee. But see, if I say 2, I can say about 2 cups of coffee a day, right? Right.
Oh, I am a bad swimmer.
I'm not a natural blonde.
I am proud to be a father.
I am proud of what I've done for my community.
I think one of the advantages that Mason has is that we are bringing a community together that is reflective of this world, the entire world. So this is the opportunity to soak all of that in, to meet folks that are different from you, that don't look like you, that don't speak the same language as you do, that may have grown up in a different situation, a different state, a different environment, to have conversations with people that are going to bring a different perspective. And those will be the ones that will enrich you the most. They will challenge you the most. They will sometimes make you upset, frustrated, but also get you thinking about things differently from your worldview or your perspective. And that experience will make you stronger and better as a person, and I think will really enhance not only your college experience, but the rest of your life as well.
I am known to laugh in my sleep.
Wow, that sounded weird.
I hate the phrase on fleek.
I'm confused by people who take pictures of their food.
I take pictures of my food.
Let me think of some positive ones.
I don't like when people use the word illegal for people.
Stereotypes, intolerance, making assumptions of people, it's really something that bothers me. It should take time to listen to folks and get to know them before we assume or stereotype them. I have a disability.
I am diabetic.
I'm the first generation in my family to go to college.
I speak 5 different languages.
I want to become an entrepreneur.
I am a future feature filmmaker.
I am a published author.
I am an incoming freshman.